institutions of higher education, and other stakeholders.
Thank you so much, our technical team, for playing this beautiful journey of IUCTE. And as we know, the true success of any program lies in the experiences of its participants. So, without taking much time, just I would like to call few participants for their feedback. And just I would like to take the first name, that is Mr. Mingli Ki from Cambodia. And can we be ready, Miss Mildred? After that, Mrs. Manjura. So, Mr. Mingli, please.
Namaste. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of all participants, I would like to express our sincere gratitude to the Inter-University Center for Education for organizing this remarkable training program. Over the past days, we have had the opportunity not only to learn these ideas and perspectives, but also to reflect on how educational technology can empower learners, educators across different contexts. We are especially grateful for the warm hospitality and thoughtful organization that the team has executed to us throughout the program. Every detail from the training session to the daily arrangement have been carefully planned, allowing us to focus fully on learning and exchanging ideas. The training content itself has been both inspiring and enriching. The discussions, activities, and interactions with fellow participants have broadened our perspective and encouraged us to think more creatively about how technology can support education in our own country and in our own context. We believe that the knowledge gained from here, although it has been spread across many domains, will be connected backward. We are also deeply thankful for the opportunity to experience the cultural richness of Varanasi, with distinct historical and cultural sites in this extraordinary city has allowed us to appreciate not only its long history and tradition, but also the spirit of Indian cultural heritage. These experiences have made the program even more meaningful and memorable for all of us. Once again, we extend our heartfelt thanks to the Inter-University Center for Education, the trainers, organizers, and everyone who worked behind the scenes to make this program a success and possible. We live here not only with new knowledge, but also with new friendship, new inspiration, and a deeper appreciation for international collaboration in education. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mingli, for your beautiful feedback. Just I would like to call Miss Mildred. Welcome. Miss Mildred from Uganda.
Our chief guest, the special guest, the coordinator, the president, academicians present, participants, good afternoon. I am here to appreciate the organizing team of this institution. So far as teachers, we have learned a lot. To learn, to unlearn, and relearn. Meaning we shouldn't be static in information, and digital transformation has been really shown to us that it can really reach to unserved communities that are very poor in terms of accessing by using various platforms to see that actual education is improved and have a quality education. I want to thank the managing committee for having a great heart and so welcoming. Socially, we have enjoyed. The meals were so fantastic, served on time, and everything requested something to us always provided. The facilitators, very well equipped with knowledge that is relevant to our countries, because we are really understanding and they tried very much to engage us. Nobody was dozing. I want to thank you very much. And I pray that actually the next opportunity that arises, please always inform us. as academicians, we expect to be leaders. So they were teaching us how do we be good leaders, manage and govern with technology without making any conflict within our institution, which is very great to us. And we promise that once we go back, we are going to pose a positive impact. We are going to present this institution. We are going to sell it. And I believe people are going to be ready to come and collaborate. The digital education is a way to go, not a problem, not a threat. We must actually learn how to operate. I want really to stop here, not take a lot of time. We really appreciate, and we are ready to come back because my colleagues are like, no, there are some areas of improvement for next time. The practical sessions, if you can give it more time, it was very, very important. Even now, when we get free time, we ask our colleagues, how did you do this? Did you master it? Because we want to present when we go back after here. I want to thank you so much. May God bless you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Mildred, for your precious suggestion, and definitely we are going to follow that. And in continuation of this, just I would like to call Mrs. Manjura from Tajikistan. Mrs. Manjura.
Thank you very much. I would like to thank the government of India for organizing this wonderful opportunity. I am also thankful to Indian Technical and Economic Cooperation Program for organizing such a valuable course. My special thanks go to the Inter-University Center for Teacher Education for their warm hospitality and excellent training. This program was very informative and useful for my professional development. I will be happy to share the knowledge and experiences that I received here with my colleagues and with my students in my country. And I will definitely recommend this university to others. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Manjura, for your precious feedback. And I would like to call Mrs. Maftuna Khan from Uzbekistan. Mrs. Maftuna Khan from Uzbekistan, one of the active participants from this program, EdTech Connect, Empowering the Global South, organized by Inter-University Center for Teacher Education, under the aegis of ITE, Ministry of External Affairs, Government of India. Mrs. Maftuna Khan.
Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to sincerely thank the organizers and trainers of the ITEC program for this valuable learning opportunity. The course was very informative, practical, and inspiring for my professional field. So I gained useful knowledge about research methods, academic skills, and modern teaching approaches. The trainers were highly supportive, friendly, and experienced. Every session was interesting and interactive for us. I'm grateful for the warm hospitality and the opportunity to meet participants from different countries. This program has increased my motivation to apply new ideas in my academic and teaching activities. Thank you very much for these memorable experiences.
Thank you so much, Maftuna Khan, for your feedback. And just I would like to call Mrs. Saimira ji from Sri Lanka. Mrs. Saimira from Sri Lanka. All the participants are from the higher education institutions of the Global South country. Mrs. Saimira ji from Sri Lanka.
all the dignitaries on the stage, and the other academic staffs and my co-participants. A very good afternoon to all of you. It is my great pleasure to give a feedback of this iTech program on behalf of my colleagues from Sri Lanka and the co-participants. It has been a truly wonderful experience for all of us to be a part of this EdTech program. The sessions were very insightful and helped us learn new ways of using this technology in our teaching and learning process. Apart from the knowledge that we have gained, what impressed me the most was the very peaceful and inspiring academic serene environment that is present here, and the strong sense of connection between the academic community of the iTech or the IUCD. Honestly, I have rarely seen such a positive and supportive academic atmosphere. The arrangements throughout the program were excellent. Everything was very well organized. We are especially grateful to all these staffs, especially Director of IUCD, Professor Ashish Srivastava sir, and Dr. Raja Pathak and Dr. Sunil Tripathi sir. Both the academic and non-academic staff were very warm, kind and helpful always. And we are very grateful for giving us this opportunity to be a part of this great program, and we will return to our homeland not only with the knowledge that we have gained but also with the cultural experiences that we have shared with the other participants. And as Professor Ashish said on the very first day, that when you come to your last day, you will be feeling very emotional leaving from IUCD, and it is very true. I think I will be leaving a part of my soul here in Varanasi, which will be lingering on the guts of the Ganges. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Samira, for your heart-touching voice and heart-touching words. And just I would like to call another participant from the same country, Sri Lanka, Dr. Bhimini. Dr. Bhimini from Sri Lanka for your feedback.
Namaste, सभी को मेरा नमस्कार. Professor Birendra Kal Singh, the chief guest, Dr. Ajit Kumar Chaturvedi, special guest, the Dean of IUCTE, Professor Prem Narayan Singh, and Professor Ashish Srivastava, all the dignitaries and colleagues. I would like to take this opportunity to sincerely thank India, more specifically the Ministry of External Affairs, the University Grants Commission, the Benares Hindu University, the Inter-University Center for Teacher Education, for giving us this invaluable opportunity, this capacity building, to attend this capacity building program. So I'm saying this on behalf of my Sri Lankan colleagues. We are representing the northern and southern parts of the country. So as educators from the global south, we constantly face challenges such as limited resources, technical know-how, access to innovative teaching tools, and this program has not only equipped us with effective strategies for teaching, learning, assessment, and even research. But not only that, but also has introduced us to resources that are innovative, impactful, scalable, and affordable. So beyond classroom techniques, we gained invaluable insights into policy development, leadership advocacy, and IT center integration, collaboration in the true sense of the word. So all these areas, And so these are essential skills for shaping modern educational institutions. As educators in the 21st century, we are aware of technological advancements. To stay relevant, we have to be equipped with those the technical know-how. But this program taught us how to manage them effectively, integrating technology without letting it dictate our teaching methods. Another important aspect we learned is the human element, emphasizing emotional intelligence, reflective practice, and ensuring technology complements rather than replaces the human touch in education. Overall, this capacity building program has taught us how to remain relevant and effective in this high-tech era. So I would like to take this opportunity to express my heartfelt thanks to the academic staff, Professor Prem Narayan Singh, Professor Ashish Srivastav, the coordinator Dr. Raja Patak, and Dr. Sunil Tripathi, the academic support staff, the non-academic staff, everyone who made our stay a truly memorable one. So it was not just imparting knowledge, the cultural excursions, we learned so much. I mean, we, being a Buddhist, it was I mean, truly emotional with visiting Saranath, and even visiting the libraries where we saw original versions of the Mahabharata, Ramayana, so I mean things that we knew about and enjoyed reading. So it was actually, thank you very much for making our stay a truly memorable one. And I would also like to, I'm grateful that we managed to connect with a lot of educationists from different countries. So let us collaborate. Let us move forward, and as was mentioned here, the Honorable Prime Minister, what he said about education and teachers, I suppose I'm pronouncing this correctly, Achi Shiksha, Achi Shiksha. So yes, so let that be our motto. Thank you very much. And Bahut Bahut Dhanyavad.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bhimini, for your precious words. And I would like to I would like to request our dignitaries to officially release of the conspectus, and I would like to call our staffs from IUCT kindly bring that conspectus, which is prepared by IUCTE for this program. Its name is Conspectus EdTech Connect, Empowering the Global South. Thank you so much, dignitaries, for officially releasing this conspectus. And as we know that we are eager to listen from Professor Dhirendra Pal Singh sir. So just before calling our chief guest, I would like to call our special guest, Professor Ajit Kumar Chaturvedi sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Banaras Hindu University, for his precious address. Professor Ajit Kumar Chaturvedi sir.
Professor T.P. Singh, former Vice Chancellor of BHU, Professor P.N. Singh, the Director of IUCT, Professor Srivastava, the Director of this program, and all participants of this course, all dignitaries who have come especially for this valedictory function. It's very heartening to see that a program that was launched 60 years back, the Indian Technical and Economic Cooperation, was launched by the Ministry of External Affairs in early 1960s. And this program has spread its roots across different academic institutions in the country. Whether these are universities, whether these are IITs. And using this platform, the age-old knowledge of Indian civilization, the emphasis of Indian civilization on education, the fact that India has traditionally realized the importance of teaching. Just wait. I'm sure it is unavoidable. Sorry, there was something that could have been very difficult, so fortunately it's fine. So that's why I had to interrupt my speech. The traditional wisdom of India has been that knowledge is the central part of human civilization. As a result, over thousands of years, we have always tried to give respect to knowledge. We may not have been always successful in imparting knowledge to all our countrymen, but the respect for knowledge has remained. And in that sense, it is very heartening to see that that system has provided the soft power to the government of India to reach out to a very large number of countries in the global south. In fact, these programs cover technology, cover education, cover humanities, and they have made deep impact in the development of the entire global south. It will be very, very useful if somebody can do a study of the entire impact of the high-tech program of the Ministry of External Affairs. I personally was witness to this program, several such programs when I was at IIT Roorkee. In fact, it may be partly true that when the first Prime Minister of the country offered the knowledge of irrigation to the entire global south, he reached out to the then University of Roorkee, and it became a very, very strong program that how knowledge can be used to provide efficient irrigation using dams, using canals, using pumps to be able to produce more agriculture output in those countries. And then of course it has deepened across different disciplines. Our IUCT has been establishing itself over the last several years, and every year we can see that it is increasing its ability to fulfill its objective. The objective is very clear from the name of the institution as well as from different documents. It is to make sure that the teachers become more equipped in terms of imparting their domain knowledge to the students of their domain. Unlike school teachers, many of whom go through the Bachelor of Education program, higher education teachers do not have the privilege or the advantage of having studied the science of education as a formal subject. So sometimes they feel deprived in this respect, and many often I have been witness to many discussions in higher education where teachers are struggling to connect with the students. And this struggle is reflected in the form of complaints or frustrations. Maybe the attendance in the class is not up to satisfactory mark. Maybe the performance in the exams is not good enough. Maybe those who attend the class, they are not getting very involved in the lecture that is being taught. Various such challenges face teachers, I'm sure in Global South as well as across the globe, whether it is any country. But whenever you face this challenge, one way is to learn how to address it. And I'm sure this week-long course would have given you different perspectives in addition to tools to connect well with your objectives. Whether it is in the form of software, whether it is in the form of technology, whether it is in the form of understanding the science of learning. In all these methods, you will be able to teach whatever is your expertise to the students who want to gain from your expertise. Clearly, there is a need for more and more such programs, including in India. Not only that we need only in the Global South, but also everywhere. And if you look at the startup ecosystem in the country, you will hear two words very commonly. One word is fintech, that is technologies by which digital payments, digital platforms become more and more trustworthy, more convenient, more friendly. And the other keyword you hear is edtech, education technology. 30-40 years back, you had to make a presentation, you would write handwritten transparencies and put them on the projector, and then the projector will project it on the screen. Today there are so many different aspects to education technology that there are a large number of startup companies that are trying to create platforms, create technologies, make the life of the teacher more comfortable. But sometimes the teacher feels that they are making it uncomfortable because the teacher has to learn new things. These courses provide the opportunity where you can learn the new things, and using that you can enhance your ability to do what you want to do. One more thing that I would like to say on this occasion is that just like some participants were mentioning that it has to be a complement to the human touch. It should not be that we can replace the human element. It has to be something that has to strengthen it, that has to help to it, add to it. While this remains correct, but there is a challenge to this paradigm. And that challenge is, how do you scale up education? And when I say scale up, I mean look at the population of any country. How many percentage of children or adults who want to be taught, who are hungry for education, we are able to impart them education, and we are able to give them proper assessment and feedback and then certification. So this entire cycle has to be fulfilled. And that is where I think the challenge is how to complement the human element with the technology element. So those of you who have had such a good experience in this last week, it was very delightful to hear all that. Go back and try to spread this in your own respective institutions. Not only in terms of your own class, but also in your own department, in your own university, across the university, I think you can go back and give a presentation, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour presentation on whatever is important. It will be good for you also to be able to summarize the learnings and then try and present it to at your host institution. And then don't stop there. Can you create an edtech in your own country? Can you help the creation of an edtech in your own company? Because this course is EdTech Connect. So if you have to get more and more people to use this without the involvement of a business, it will never be possible. So that importance of business has to come into it so that we can use your knowledge to reach out to more and more people. So, so what a interesting coincidence that a large number of countries from where we have these participants, they have this Buddhist culture, and so as a result they would have connected better with Sarnath and all the different temples, and of course I think a couple of participants mentioned about Ganga also. So I think this initiative of IUCTE to not only give the classroom experience, but also give them the cultural exposure that must be emphasized equally well. And those learnings will hope you bring back your family to Varanasi, because IUCTE in Varanasi has this very unique situation where it can not only talk about teacher education, but it can also talk well and connect well with the Indian civilization, given the place that it is located in Kashi. Good that you could benefit from both these aspects. I wish you all don't forget IUCTE after you go back. Your nice words, as I said, were very pleasing to hear, and hope your learning will create a transformation not only in your institution but also in the region in which you live. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Professor Chaturvedi sir, for your inspiring words. And definitely, as now I am thinking that participants are not going to forget the IUCT, sir. They have created you can say 30-second song, sir, and it is really very beautiful. Just I would like to play. That is just a second, sir. Sir, it was the AI version. They learned that and they just made this very beautiful. Thank you so much for the participants that you created this much beautiful song. And in this continuation, just we are eager to listen Professor D.P. Singh sir. Just I would like to call Professor D.P. Singh sir for chief guest remarks. Professor Singh sir.
Namaste. Good afternoon to all of you. Honorable Vice Chancellor of BHU, Professor Ajit Kumar Chaturvedi ji, Director ICT, Professor P.N. Singh ji, Professor Ashish Srivastav ji, Dr. Raja Pathak ji, all the invited dignitaries, resource persons, faculty members, and dear participants from across the global south. During this valedictory session, I once again welcome you all to IUCT, which is located in Banaras Hindu University, VHU, one of Asia's most celebrated seats of learning, and to Varanasi, one of the world's oldest living cities, where knowledge has flowed uninterrupted for millennia. I am particularly happy that I have been associated with this IUCT as the president of the governing council when I was chairman of the University Grants Commission. And I also had the privilege of looking at the various initiatives which IUCT took during the 2018 and 2021, including the vision document. I am particularly happy to note the feedback of the participants of different countries and the song which is related to IUCT. That means IUCT is now there not only in your head but also in your hearts. So I must compliment Dr. P.N. Singh Saab, Ashish Srivastava, Raja Pathak, and all those who were associated in organizing this program of iTech in collaboration with Ministry of External Affairs. I am particularly happy that on this occasion, Honorable Vice Chancellor of VHU is here and who represents the legacy of this great seat of learning that is VHU. Friends, my dear participants, you have come from different countries, 12 nations, with one shared purpose. Your presence here on the banks of the sacred Ganga is itself a living expression of the idea at the heart of this workshop. We call it Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. The whole world is one family. In the days you have spent together through EdTech Connect, much of our work was practical tools, platforms, pedagogies, and lessons designs. But today, my dear friends, I want to invite you to also think with me about something deeper, what it means to be an educator in the age of artificial intelligence. Our Honorable Vice Chancellor has spoken at length about it. Currently, I am the Chancellor of the Tata Institute of Social Sciences, the premier institution of the social sciences. Although I am an environmentalist, but now I am looking at things from the lens of the social science and various humanitarian considerations which are involved in it. And about what we must protect, what we must insist upon, and what kind of world we wish to build through the work we do. And therefore, my focus would be EdTech ethics and the humanity at large. Let me begin with the words spoken by our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji at the India AI Impacts Summit 2026, an event that India, as the world's most populous democracy and a leading voice of Global South, hosted with great significance. He said, I quote, "We are entering an era where humans and intelligent systems co-create, co-work, and co-evolve. But the end goal of technology should be welfare for all, happiness for all. Sarvajan Hitay, Sarvajan Sukhay." It was the words of our Honorable Prime Minister. Friends, these are not the merely political words. They are a civilizational statement, and they carry a direct message for us as educators. The purpose of every technology we bring into our classrooms must be measured against a single question, and that is, does it serve the well-being of our learners? And therefore, my first focus would be AI in education. Artificial intelligence is already transforming education in ways both visible and also invisible. It can personalize learning for every student, deliver content in local languages, assist teachers with assessment, and identify learners who are silently struggling. For the Global South, where classrooms are often large, resources stressed, and teachers overburdened, these possibilities are genuinely exciting. But friends, AI also brings with it questions that we as educators and academic leaders cannot afford to ignore. When a student submits work produced entirely by an AI tool, what has been learned? When a child grows up consuming AI-generated content, stories, images, music, what happens to their own imaginations? When an algorithm determines which student receives which opportunity, are we certain that algorithm is fair? And that it does not carry within it the prejudices of those who built it. These are not hypothetical concerns. They are the real questions that educators across the Global South are already grappling with. And this workshop is precisely the space in which we must have thought through them honestly, carefully, and together. Now, I would like to focus on ethics and AI, the non-negotiable foundation. The first anchor of everything we do with AI in education must be ethics. I think so. Ethics is not a footnote to the conversation about EdTech. It is the foundation on which the whole conversation must rest. What does ethical AI in education look like? It means that every tool we deploy must respect the dignity of learners. It requires transparency. Students and teachers must be able to understand, at least in broad terms, how AI systems make decisions about them. It demands accountability. If an AI system causes harm to a student, someone must be responsible. And it insists on fairness, meaning that AI systems must not disadvantage learners on the basis of gender, language, social and economic development, or background, or even ethnicity. Our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji introduced the word to India's framework for ethical AI through the acronym MANAV, MANAV, standing for moral and ethical systems, accountable governance, national sovereignty, accessible and inclusive AI, and valid and legitimate systems. Significantly, Manav is also the Sanskrit word for human being. In choosing this name, India made a statement that goes to the heart of our conversation. Ethical AI is, at its core, about keeping the human being at the center of every technological choice. For educators, since all of you are educators, this translates into a practical principle. Before we introduce any technology into our institutions, we must ask, does this tool serve our students' growth and well-being? Or does it merely serve administrative convenience? Does it empower learners to think and create, or does it make them passive consumers? Does it build genuine capability, or does it foster dependency? Now I would like to go on what AI cannot replace. I think this includes creativity, imagination, and also the human spirit. Here I want to speak with some urgency because this is something I feel deeply about. AI can write essays, AI can compose music, AI can generate images, it can summarize research and suggest lesson plans. In many domains, AI is now producing outputs that we once believed only human minds could create. This is genuinely remarkable, and if we are honest, a little unsettling. But there is something AI cannot do, I feel, and we must be very careful not to allow AI to erode it through carelessness or neglect. AI cannot wonder, it cannot dream, it cannot feel the weight of the injustice and resolve to do something about it. It cannot look at a child struggling and feel moved to find a new way to reach him or her. It cannot imagine a world fundamentally different from the one that exists and then commit itself to building that world. These capacities, creativity, imagination, empathy, moral courage, are the gifts of the human mind. They are precisely what education must nurture, protect, and celebrate. And they are what will distinguish the educated human being of the 21st century, not from other human beings, but from the machines that increasingly surround us. The most powerful AI systems in the world consume enormous amounts of energy. The human brain, with its capacity for love, moral reasoning, art, and imaginative leaps, does all of this on a fraction of the power. That is the miracle of human intelligence. That is what we are in the business of nurturing. In our classrooms across the global south, we must remain vigilant when we use AI tools. We must ensure they remain instruments in the hands of a thinking, feeling, imaginating human being, not substitutes for thinking, feeling, and imagining. We must design learning experiences that require students to question, to create, to argue, to collaborate. We must teach our students not merely how to use AI, but how to think alongside it critically, creatively, and with moral seriousness. Then I would like to speak a few words about the universal human values, our shared moral compass. And let me speak now about something that I believe unites everyone in this room, regardless of nationality, language, culture, tradition, or faith. You come from 12 different nations. You speak different languages, practice different faiths, carry different histories, and yet, if I were to ask each of you what you most want for your students, I am quite confident the answers would be remarkably similar. We want our students to be honest. We want our students to be kind. We want our students to be courageous in the face of injustice, to respect those who are different from them, to contribute meaningfully to their communities, to live with integrity and purpose, to be responsible to their families, their societies, and their planet. This is our expectation from our students. And these are not, friends, Indian values or African values or Asian values. They are, in fact, universal human values. They transcend borders, centuries, and belief systems. They are what every great wisdom tradition from the Vedas to Ubuntu, from Confucius to the teachings of the great African philosophers has affirmed in its own language and its own way. Here I would like to make a mention of the UGC's educational framework for global citizenship education, which informs our work here, identifies these values clearly: justice, equality, dignity, respect, peace, empathy, and responsibility. It asks us to build educational institutions that cultivate these values not as additions to the curriculum, but as its very soul. In the age of AI, these values are more important than ever before. Technology is morally neutral. It can heal or harm, include or exclude, educate or manipulate. What determines its impact is the value system of those who design it, who deploy it, and who use it. As educators, we are the custodians of that value system in the next generation. That is not a small responsibility. Friends, it is perhaps the most important responsibility we carry. And in this context, what strikes me as a particular significant is this: the ideal of global citizenship is not a foreign concept for India. I feel it is woven in our oldest texts. The Rig Veda declares, Anu Bhadra Kratvo Yant Vishwat. Let noble thoughts come to us from all directions. The Maha Upanishad proclaims Vasudev Kutumbakam, the whole world is one family. This vision of solidarity and with distant and unknown others, of seeing the entire human family as one's own, is precisely what the Global Citizenship Education Framework of UGC seeks to reawaken in our classrooms. And it resonates with the spirit of this very room, where educators from 12 nations sit together as one learning community. I would also note that every nation represented here carries its own version of its wisdom. They are living moral frameworks, and in an age when AI threatens to flatten human cultures into a single technological monoculture, they are exactly the kind of wisdom we need to draw on and to protect. And therefore, the test of our values is the social inclusion and AI. And conclusively, I would like to say that directly now about something that must remain at the forefront of our minds as educators from the global south, the very real risk that AI deepens existing inequalities rather than reducing them. We are aware of the digital divide. We know that AI systems trained predominantly on data from the global north may not understand our languages, our cultures, contexts, or our social realities. We know that learners with disabilities, girls in settings where their access to technology is restricted, children from minority communities, first generation learners, all of these groups are at serious risk of being left behind if AI systems are not designed with them explicitly in mind. This is why the module in our programs on digital, inclusive, accessible, and learner-centered environments is not one module among them, 7. It is the moral test of the everything else we learned this week. The measure of any education technology is not whether it works for the privileged few. It is whether it reaches the child in the remote village the woman returning to education after years away, the student who learns differently from the mainstream. And therefore, AI used with intentionality and care can be a powerful instrument of inclusion. It can personalize support for learners who would otherwise fall through these cracks. It can deliver quality content in local languages. It can free teachers from routine administrative tasks so that they have more time and energy for the students who need individual attention most. But this will only happen if we as educators from the global south, as advocates and as citizens insist upon it. We must demand that the tools we adopt are designed for our context, our languages, and our learners. Dear colleagues, this workshop was designed as a blended, intensive, and hands-on experience. Over 7 days, you have explored 7 modules, from the foundations of digital literacy to governance and leadership in the digital era. You have worked with real tools, designed real lessons, and engaged in conversation with colleagues whose context and experiences were different from your own. I hope you must have seen it not merely as a skill building exercise, but as an opportunity to reimagine the kind of educator you wish to be in the age of AI. As Professor Chaturvedi Sahab has already mentioned about it, you must have witnessed it as an opportunity to build relationships with colleagues from across the global south that will endure long after you return home. You must have experienced it as an own act of global citizenship, bringing your experience, your wisdom, and your creativity into a shared endeavor. You are the bridge between technology and humanity in your institutions. You are the ones who will shape how AI enters your classrooms, whether it enters in a way that enriches learning and preserves the dignity of every learner, or whether it enters in a way that narrows thinking and deepens inequality. That is a profound responsibility, and I have every confidence that this group, these 24 or 5 educators from 12 different nations, is fully equal to it. Let me close with a thought that brings everything together. In this ancient city of Varanasi, knowledge has been passed from teacher to student for thousands of years, not as data, not as information, but as wisdom, living transformative wisdom that shapes the whole human being. That is the ancient Indian wisdom, Bharati Gyan Parampara. That is the tradition in which the great seat of learning, the BHU, was formed by Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya ji, who believed that education must develop students into responsible and conscientious members of the society. AI cannot carry that tradition forward on its own. Only human beings can do that. Only teachers, people like you, who genuinely care about their students, who believe in the power of education to change lives, who are willing to learn, to adapt, and to grow, can carry that tradition into the future. The world needs the global south to step up, not merely as consumers of technology developed elsewhere, but as architects of a new educational vision, a vision that is rooted in our values, open to innovation, and committed to leaving no one behind. A vision in which technology serves humanity and in which humanity retains always its creativity, its imagination, its value system, its moral compass. Let the sense of responsibility guide us throughout when we return home. We hope that the knowledge and perspectives gained here will support your professional work and contribute to strengthening institutions and communities in your own context. We also hope that the friendships and professional networks formed during your time here will continue to grow and inspire future collaboration. Finally, I wish all the participants continued success in your professional journeys ahead. May the knowledge, experiences, and connections gained during this program inspire new initiatives and collaborations in the years to come. I wish you all safe travels and the very best for the future. Good luck. Thank you. Thank you very much.
We are deeply touched by your words, sir, and we are really fortunate to have you here on this dais. And I would like to thank you on behalf of entire Inter-University Center for Teacher Education Family and from the guardians of knowledge from the